Kuma so much, this might be a good opportunity for getting a second opinion. Yeah, it can be a seal clubbing ship. It depends on who it is that's playing it, right? Cool. All right. So RedSeaBear is going to join. We're going to be in RedSeaBear. I'm going to be in the Kraken Discord. Under the channel, it says recording. Go away. And while RedSeaBear is joining us, let's take a look at the battle here. We've got a top tier, tier 4 game. Pretty much what you would expect to see. Well, hello there, sir.
I'm here to talk about the best tier 4 in the game.
You hear that, folks? Best tier 4 in the game. I personally, respectfully, I disagree. I think that's the Arkansas beta up there. Because holy crap, is that ship fun.
Okay, I have played the Arkansas beta, even though I'm not in that group of people. I'll concede maybe best tier 4 cruiser.
There you go. But have you played the Iwaki Alpha Sun?
Yeah, I did. That ship is broken.
Yeah. All right, so let's get a fun picture of the Kuma. While I'm doing that, RedSeaBear, what makes this cruiser such an awesome ship at tier 4?
It's an oversized destroyer, pretty much with a lot of guns. It's got good torp angles. That's about it. You can run in with right behind your destroyers and act as a bully to support them. That's pretty much how I play it.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is you can play it like a big destroyer, right? And just be aggressive as all heck.
Until a battleship looks at you and they get lucky with RNG, and then you're no longer a destroyer.
Yeah. No flags. To be honest, no big deal. Tier 4, right? Maybe invest in the premium repair damage control party, just because you never know if you need it.
I don't know how many times the couple extra seconds has meant them surviving or not in this game. So if you can afford to run premium damage control, if anything else, just the damage control.
Oh, we have a little bit of discussion, by the way, and you're absolutely correct. We have some discussion on the chat here versus what's the best tier 4 cruiser. I'm hearing a lot of people saying it's the Clemson.
Well, you know, I think that's more of a destroyer, but, you know, I could be wrong.
Right. There's also the Nikolai, which is a battleship, but, you know, Nikolai things. Now, you're about 20 seconds behind on the stream, right? You're watching the stream?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So when I make comments and stuff, I'll try to focus more on positioning, that sort of thing, because that's something that 20 seconds isn't that big of a deal. Isokaze! And you see the torpedo arc's very generous. Unfortunately, he's torpedoing the island. I don't know why.
The torpedoes from the Kuma, unless you can get a stationary target or someone who is stuck in a straight line syndrome, really are better to use against battleships and just focus on the guns.
Yeah, they're good area denial, right? Like, forcing people to react to them. And remember that there's torpedoes on both sides of the ship, dual launchers, 2 of them. So, I mean, you could spin around and unleash the other side, too. Why? Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, white torps are okay. They can work in a situation like this, but eh. Hey, look, white torch worked.
Well, even blind squirrels find nuts, I guess.
Now, I do. What do you think about the selection AP there? Oh, he's reversing you. You should aim behind him.
Well, she has good AP, especially for other cruisers. But anything other than a flop broadside, you're better just using AG.
Now, this is very risky here. We've got the Wyoming that's also looking at him. Now, judging also by the Kuma's turning, I'm thinking he's already launched torpedoes. There they are. Yeah, he should be using HE. Okay, he switched. I'm pausing it right here. I'll wait for a sec for it to catch up with you, sir. But looking at the minimap and the situation, this is kind of one of those important decision points, and I'd like to know from your perspective, at this spot here, where I paused it, would you turn left, would you go straight, or would you turn right?
Well, there's only 2 ships really spotted on this side of the map. He can't really deal with a full health battleship down there.
Yeah.
This would just be more kiting back toward the base. There is a lot of open space you could sneak a destroyer through and get behind your cap.
So you would turn left.
Yeah, I'd start heading back to cap. The ship can be really good in a kiting position. Focus down the other Kuma, and just make it the longer you can keep that the Wyoming at range, you could set fires on him, and it'd be harder for him to hit you from a longer distance out.
Very fair. Good point. And that's probably what I would do too. I want to get behind this island. I want to use that island as a shield from the Wyoming, because all it takes is one lucky hit and I'm out from him. But you gotta be careful because there's a Wyoming down south too in the middle of the map. Hopefully his guns are looking the other way, but he does have the range to smack you too. Alright, thanks, Zebra. And he turns right. Wait, no, he's going back left now.
Well, another thing I found out is, as a low health cruiser, you automatically go to the top of the priority target list.
Oh yeah.
So you need to get back to friends. You need to break contact at this point. If you can get this Kuma dead, then just run and let them focus on something else. So he's dropped off detection there. It's just time to relocate at this point.
Yeah, and no point shooting. Because you shoot, you get yourself spotted, you get shot at. And I've made this mistake several times too, which is, you know, I'll be like, oh, he's on the edge of my range, so he can't hit me. But then I forget they have different ranges.
Well, I do like the fact that he's running priority target. Squishy cruisers, knowing you're being targeted by half the enemy team is a pretty good indication that you need to shut up and go hide somewhere.
Right. Okay, good use of speed control here, realizing that he's about to come out in the open. But at the same time, reducing speed like this, now he's a sitting duck. It's interesting that he's prioritizing the Kohlberg.
Well, this is another thing about dropping off detection sometimes. You can let people other than you get in front and get targeted. I've seen it in games where people are shooting at a ship, and right behind that ship is a low health enemy just, opening up on guns, and they just keep their target focused. And then they don't realize, hey, that destroyer, that cruiser behind that battleship, maybe we should shoot him.
Right. Now this is, I mean, very ballsy, but he's torping the one battleship, Wyoming, that clearly isn't looking at him. There's another one, though, coming from the base, and I would be switching to my other side and lining up a shot on this guy, Fox Defender. This is incredibly risky here. He's also shooting at the Wyoming to let him know he's looking at him. This is what we call the Leroy Jenkins maneuver.
Yes, you're low health, so go out in the middle of everybody.
Right? What can go wrong? Now he's like, checking the minimap, he's like, oh, wait a minute. I have a Wyoming right here. Now his guns are right, so he's turning his ship to the left so he can get his torpedoes on target. He's slowing down and turning left, which is to be expected, so I think only one of those torps is going to hit from each of the spreads. Nope. Now he just needs to outturn the guns. Oh, and here comes the other Wyoming. See, here's another opportunity to torp the other guy, too. Yes, I agree, SAT. It's an awful lot of tunnel visioning here. Like, he's literally ignoring the other Wyoming to circle his entire ship around to get his torps off, when he only had to wait another 5 more seconds. And here's where widespread would actually become useful, because you don't know if he's gonna get unstuck or not. Nope. Yeah, you could have had both of those. Instead, you get none.
Yeah, that's a classic case of just a little too much greed and not prioritizing targets. And he didn't even get the kill on the last Wyoming, so.
Nope. So of course, since he died, I have to get a screenshot of him dying.
I would like to apologize for all of the people for starting that trend. This is my fault.
Hey, you know what? It's a good tradition. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's almost pretty.
Yeah, right?
And as much as I love the Kuma, this is normally how I end the games in the Kuma most of the time.
It almost looks like he collided with the buoy and died.
Buoy OP, please nerf.
Oh boy. Alright, so those of you in the Twitch chat, tunnel vision, obviously a big concern or issue, right? What else would you guys recommend? And RedSeaBear, anything else that you would recommend too?
This ship really is good around the islands. Using the islands as cover, this is a good ship to learn how to play Atlanta from the last replay. Better use of your torpedoes. He could have easily had both of those Wyomings there at the last. Try not to be in the center of the everyone's attention, because Battleship AP will wreck you, even though you are kind of an overgrown destroyer.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, I would almost just torpedo only and only use guns if they're looking at me. You know what I mean? Like, why let them know I'm here?
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense, especially there at the last. Those battleships really weren't paying attention to you, even though you were in the center of the map.
And yeah, I mean, look at where he is now. Like, if he wanted to get here, right, Cthulhu could have easily, like you said, island hopped from one island to the next to protect himself from shots. Your bank account, very slow on torp drops, which takes his guns out of action for too long. I would agree with that. Kind of planning out your torps, looking at the reload, especially at the very end there. Why turn your entire ship 180 degrees when your torps are about to come up anyways? Breaking contact would be another good one, yep. Good choice of ammo against the broadside Kuma. No citadels, but still, that's good. Torping on the indicator most of the time instead of predicting what the enemy is going to do. Yes. And that's why maybe widespread torps are working for him, because he's not predicting, and as a result those wide torpedoes, you know, one of them is hitting instead of both of them missing if he was using narrow.
Well, one of the things you can do with the widespread torpedoes is you can kind of overlay them a little bit. So you torp once, and then you move the indicator to where it's half over the others, and you kind of get this bigger fan of torps that comes out. Sometimes that works with cruisers and destroyers. Sometimes it doesn't. It's the nature of torpedoes.
Yep. We also saw him doing a narrow spread, then switching to wide to try to, you know, account for variations. So I think over time that's just an acquired skill, right? Being able to predict what they're going to do with them.
Yeah, and then you have the person who discovers their W key and punches R or something, and all of a sudden your torch misses.
Yep. Alright, SeaBear, well, thanks for joining, and you know what, while I have you here, shall we take a look at your All-Destroyer game?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. Oh, I do need Kuma screenshots. Okay. So I'm going to move this to my wiki.